Lovely. So before we lay down, we'll just take a chance to arrive on our mats and also just do a little bit of shoulder mobilization and some elbow and wrists, just to make sure they're all nice and warmed up. So just come into Sukhanasana, take a couple of nice deep breaths into the head, exhaling forcefully as you breathe out. And then just dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. You can stretch your left arm away. Feel that stretch going through the neck. Inhaling to come up, dropping the right ear. Right left ear, right arm stretching away. And again, breathing in, coming back up. Just take hold of the opposite elbow with your hand behind your back. Feel your shoulders just opening up, chest expanding a little bit. Draw your chin into your throat and just gently turn your head round to the left. Trying not to look up or down, just straight round. So the shoulders are gently opening up the chest, the neck's rotating. Again, releasing and rotating round to the opposite side. Again, not looking up, not looking down. And again, releasing. Bringing the hands onto the shoulders, bringing the elbows together just to mobilize the shoulders. Evening, Scott. Working those elbows round. And the opposite way. And again, releasing. So if you just turn your left palm so your fingertips are pointing behind you, just bring it down by the side and just bring a little bit of weight onto the palm. Just feel your forearm and your biceps stretching out. So you've got your fingertips pointing behind you and your hand is coming down onto the floor and you're stretching out your forearm. And then do that on the opposite side. You're just bringing the fingertips to point behind you, pushing your palm down, bringing some weight into the arm. So you get this nice stretch through your forearm. And again, release. Lovely. So as I said, we're going to begin by lying down tonight. So keep your legs crossed for a moment and just lean back on your hands. Come down onto your elbows. Feel your hips and your knees dropping out to the sides. Lower yourself all the way down. Stretch your arms out behind your head, palms together, symbolizing that left and right side of the brain in balance. Feel Uddiyana Bandha drawing down towards the spine. Feel your core active. Gently bring the palms of the hands closer to the crown of the head so that the elbows have got room to rock out to the sides. So we're opening up the shoulder girdle. And then as you do this, slide the soles of the feet together so the knees are dropping out to the sides. And the same thing is happening in the hips as it is in the shoulders. You can think about drawing up Mula Bandha, drawing up your perineum, those pelvic floor fine muscles. And then gently slide the arms round, scoop up the knees, hug the knees to the chest. So as you hug the knees to the chest, release the right leg, let the right leg come down. Hug the left knee with both hands, and we'll do 3 line breaths. So as we take a deep breath in, we roll up, exhaling out forcefully. Inhale as we come down. Exhaling as we roll up. Inhaling as we come down. One last time. And relaxing. Bringing the right knee up, hugging the right knee to the right shoulder. Again, 3 line breaths. And gently come back. Down, bring both knees to the chest. Bring your elbows on the inside of your legs. Take hold of the outside edge of the feet so you can lift the feet up to happy baby. So you've got the soles of the feet facing the ceiling. You've got the ankles over the knees and the ankles as far apart as possible. As you draw down on the feet, you can feel it working into the groin. You can do a gentle rocking as you pull from side to side. But try and keep those knees wide apart. Keep the feet pulling down, so the knees are trying to pull down to the sides of your body. That looks brilliant. Excellent. And then gently bring the rocking back to stillness. Let go of the feet and just stretch the legs up into the air. Bring the palms down by your sides. Rotate your feet in circles a few times in each direction, mobilizing the ankles, rippling it down into the knees. And then just push the soles of the feet up to the ceiling, pushing the heels to the ceiling, feeling the calves stretching out. And then as you exhale, just bend the knees and let the feet drop and hang as you exhale. And then as you inhale, stretch the legs back up. So we're just warming up the knees. As you breathe out, drop the feet. As you inhale, extend, push the heels up to the ceiling. A couple more times with your breath, exhaling, inhaling. And then exhale one last time, drop the feet. And then just gently bring the soles of the feet down onto the floor. Bring the arms out to the side. As you exhale, let your knees drop over to the left, turn your head to the right. As you inhale, bring the knees back up. Drop the knees over to the right, turn the head to the left. Again, just do a few more of these with the breath, mobilizing the waist and the hip. And then come back to neutral. So we're going to lift the knees and the feet up, so we've got those 90-degree angles, thighs 90 degrees to the torso, calves lifted 90 degrees to the thighs. As you turn your head to the right, let your knees come over to the left. Even if your knees don't quite reach the floor yet, let the feet come down. Try and maintain those 90-degree angles. So you've got your thighs lifted up 90 degrees and they come down to the left. And the feet are in line with the ankles. We keep that right shoulder as our anchor point. And we breathe deeply into the chest, feeling that twist. So our right shoulder's anchored. Our feet are on the floor. Our knees are trying to come down to the floor. And then gently just slide the knees a little bit closer to the chest. Slide the knees along the floor up to the chest. And then stretch out the legs if you've got space so that you're making a big L shape. See if you can take hold of that right foot with your left hand. Working with your breath. Keep the navel pulling back to the spine. And then gently let go of your foot. Have the legs on top of each other. And then imagine that your ankles are bound together. And if your core and your lower back is permitting, breathe in and bring your legs straight back up into the air. If that's too much for your core, bend the knees a little to make it easier. Lifting straight up. Then again, find those 90-degree angles, bending the knees so the calves are hanging mid-air. And take the knees and the feet over to the right. Keeping the left shoulder anchored to the floor. Again, try and keep the ankles behind the knees to move the heels away from the bottom a little bit. Keep that left shoulder as your anchor point. Uddiyana Bandha engaged, navel pulling towards the spine. Working with your breath. Nice deep breaths in and out. So again, you can slide the knees along the floor closer to the chest. And then space permitting, you can stretch out your legs. Trying to take hold of the left foot with the right hand. Keeping the left shoulder grounded. Turning the head to the left. Breathing into that deep twist. Couple more breaths. And then bring the legs back so they're laying on top of each other. Let go of the foot. Imagining that the ankles are bound together if you can. Legs straight, breathe in, lift back up. Use those obliques and your core. Excellent. So gently bring the knees to the chest. And bring the palms face down by your sides. So we're going to do that core, lower core work we did the other week. Breathe in, stretch your left leg straight up into the air. Keep the leg straight as you lower it down so it's just an inch off the floor, and then bring the knee back to the chest. Stretch the right leg straight up into the air. Keep the leg straight as you lower it down to the floor. Breathe in, bring it back. That's 2, 3. Stretching the leg up, bringing it down. 4. Right leg, straightening it, lowering it, bringing it down, back. 5. 6. Right leg. 7. 8. Keep the leg straight as it comes down. 12. 13. And speed up a little bit. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 2 more. 29. 30. When you're done, give the knees a little hug to the chest, have a rock from side to side, and then gently bring the soles of the feet flat onto the floor for half bridge. Palms by your side, slide the shoulders up towards the ears, tuck the chin into the collarbones. Remember, the weight goes down into the feet. As you exhale, lifting up the bottom, arching the spine as you push the hips as high as you can go. Lifting up, taking a few breaths in and out as you hold it. Exhaling as you come down. Remember, your feet want to be hip width distance apart, flat on the floor. Again, as you exhale, roll the hips up. This time, breathe in, stretch the arms out behind the head. Still trying to feel the weight coming down into the feet. Again, a few breaths as you hold it, using your lower back, feet pushing into the earth to give you that lift. When you need to come down, exhale, lower the arms, lower the hips. Bring the arms back by your sides, relax the legs down onto the floor. So with the legs flat on the floor, again, make sure the shoulders are slid up towards the ears and squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're going to come into our shoulder stand. So the shoulders slide up towards the ears, the chin's tucked into the throat to protect the neck. We breathe in, bring both legs up, exhale, thrust the hips up into the air, hands are under the lower back, helping to push the hips towards the chin and try to keep the feet over the hips so that we don't end up with the feet coming down behind the crown of the head. We're trying to keep hips and feet in alignment. That's what we're working towards in our shoulder stand. Notice you're breathing from your abdomen now. Use your core. Okay, so we're going to try and keep the legs as straight as possible as we do this next set of movements. Breathe out and lower the feet down behind the crown of the head. Keep the legs as straight as you can. Don't worry if the feet don't come to the floor. Just keep the legs straight. Take a couple of breaths here. And then keeping the legs straight, breathe in and lift them straight back up. Good. This time, as you breathe out, lower the feet down to the right side of your head. The further away from the right side of your head they are, the more it's going to work those obliques. Again, don't worry if the feet don't come to the floor, just take them slightly diagonally. Keep the legs straight as you lower them. A little twist in the spine. Inhale, and then lift the legs up, trying to keep them straight as you can. So this time as you exhale, take them to the opposite side. Using your core. Take a couple of breaths here. When you come back up, inhale, bring the legs up, trying to keep the legs straight. So again, find your shoulder stand, trying to get the feet over the hips, feeling the hips coming towards the chin. Now just lower the left leg down, keeping the right leg up in the air as much as possible. Scissors. You're just lowering the right leg, keeping the left leg in the air, feeling that stretch between the groin. You've got one foot coming down behind the head, the other leg up in the air. Good. Then bring that leg back up when you're ready and swap legs, lowering the left foot behind the head. And again, when you need to bring that leg back up, bring that leg back up. Excellent. So from your shoulder stand, you can bend both knees and bring them down by the sides of your ears. And then using your hands, just gently roll your spine down onto your mat so that the feet just roll and the soles of the feet come flat onto the floor and the knees are up. So with the knees up, it allows us to just lift the bottom up and slide the whole length of the arms under the back for our counter pose, Matsyasana, the fish. So we bring the arms and the elbows under us and we bring the bottom down onto the backs of the hands, legs are flat on the floor. We lift the chest up and let the head rock back, crown of head skimming the floor, but the elbows and the chest is what's lifting you up. Again, once you're up, you can do some lower back and core work. You can lift your right foot an inch off the floor, see how that feels. Don't have to lift it high, just an inch is enough to get that core active. If it feels good, relax the foot down and swap legs. And if that feels good, relax that leg and try both feet at the same time. Legs straight, chest doing the work. And relax both legs down. Relax the chest down, slide the arms by your sides. So we'll try and do Matsyasana one more time, but this time we're not going to have the arms giving us any help. So have the arms by your sides, palms down. Breathe in, roll your chest up, look up, drop your head back. Inhale, lift your feet off the floor, lift your hands off the floor, and try and create that same shape without having your hands under your back. Excellent. Let that crown rock back. And again, rest and relax. Superb. So we're going to give the knees a little hug, and then we're going to rock backwards and forwards until we roll up onto tiptoes. No hands if possible, and bring your hands to prayer. Take a nice deep breath in, stretch up, lengthen, bring those palms together. And gently bring the hands down. So stay on tiptoes, just turn all the way around to the left and bring both palms onto the floor by your side. And just feel the little twist in the spine that this does. We've just done those obliques quite a lot. This will gently get into those obliques. And then come back up and go to the opposite side. Again, try and bring the palms flat on the floor, 90 degrees to your thighs. And then gently come back again to the center. So we're going to come back into the plank the hard way. So we want to bring our palms onto the floor so that our knees are pushing against our triceps. So we're not doing the crow with the elbows bent like we normally do. We're doing it so that our knees are against our triceps. But if this isn't accessible, then you can do your normal crow with your knees against the insides, your inside of your knees against your triceps. But try and have your knees kind of just under your armpits. Lift your bottom off the floor, roll up onto tiptoes, look forwards, come up into your crow, and then jump back into your plank. And then push right up into your plank. And then push back and find your downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. Find some length in the calves and the Achilles tendons. And then gently come forwards again into your plank. So we're going to do our forearm drops. So we try not to do it step by step. All we do is as we drop our elbows to the floor, our bottom comes backwards a little bit. We just drop onto our forearms and then we spring back up, straight up. Knees off the floor, just spring back up. I'll do it from the opposite side. So we just drop our forearms onto the floor and then spring back up. That's 2. Third one, drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, spring back up. Hold your plank and drop back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, spring back up. Last one. Drop down. 5, 4, 3, 2.5, 2, 1, 1.5, spring back up. And then lower yourself all the way down. Excellent. So our 3 baby cobras. Lower back doing the work. Breathe in, lift up, look up. Exhale, come down. As you breathe in, lift up, look up, hands off the floor if you can. Exhale, come down. Third one, lift up, hands off the floor, knees off the floor. Exhale, come down. Breathe in, lift up, high cobra. Feel that lower back working. Try and pull the ears away from the shoulders. So lift up through the neck, but keep the shoulders low. Push the hands into the floor. Curl onto tiptoes. Pull the hips all the way back. Lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your left leg up high. Bend the knee, twist the knee up to the ceiling. Open up those hips. And then swing that left knee and foot all the way up between your hands. You're on the ball of your right foot. Lift your arms up. Lift your chest up. Breathe. Bring your palms together. Twist to the left. Bring the right elbow onto the outside edge of your left knee. Keep your core working. And bring the arms back up. Exhale, come down, step back, downward dog. Bring that right leg up, bend the knee, twist the knee up to the ceiling, open up those hips. And then swing that foot all the way up between the hands. Lift the arms up. Lift the chest up. Bring the hands to the heart, twist to the right, left elbow against right knee. And again, gently breathe in, come up. And come down, step back, downward dog. So bring your left knee over to your left armpit. Bring your shoulders over your hands. Then take your left knee over to your right elbow. Stretch out your left leg and drop the foot onto the floor. Bring your left hand into the middle of your mat. Stretch your right arm up into the air. And then sit down on your bottom. Reach for your toes. Reaching for your feet. Breathing. And gently release. So as you twist all the way around to the left, your hands come back as if you had them in your cobra position. You lift your bottom off the floor and your chest is parallel to the floor. Bend the elbows, sink down, touch your nose on the floor, push back up. And then step back down with dog. So we bring the right knee to the right armpit and bring the shoulders over the hands. We take the right knee to the left elbow, kick the leg out, drop the foot on the floor. Bring the right hand into the middle of the mat and lift the left arm up. And relax the bottom onto the floor. Reach for your feet. Keep control of your breath. Few more breaths. And then gently twist all the way around to the right, bringing your hands back onto the floor. So you lift your hips up, you bend the elbow, touch the tip of the nose to the floor, push back up, and then step back downward dog. Hold your downward dog. Gently lift your left leg high up into the air, keep the leg straight. Bring the shoulders over the hands so you're planking on one leg. Bend the elbows, sink the chest to the floor. Drop the leg to the floor. Breathe in, curl up, cobra. Pull back, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up high. Bring the shoulders over the hands. Plank, one leg, lower the chest. Relax the leg. Breathe in, lift up, cobra. Do that one more time each side. Pull back. Lift up, downward dog. Left leg comes up high. Shoulders over hands. Bend the elbows, come down. Relax the leg. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg up. Come forwards, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Gently again, lift the left leg up high, but bend the knee. Bring the knee to the left elbow. Bring the knee to the left elbow and then drop the knee down next to the left wrist, behind the left wrist. Swing the foot over to the right for pigeon. So swing the foot over to the right, slide the right hip down, rest it on your left heel. Walk the hands up, pigeon. Open up your chest. Keep your shoulders and chest open, shoulders relaxed. Breathe into your pigeon. Feel it in the hips, feel it in the lower back. Work with your breath. So we're going to ask the right knee to bend, and we're going to reach back with the left hand to hold the foot. So you get that nice stretch through your quads. So your right knee's bending, taking hold of it with your left hand. That feels good. Swap hands. If that feels okay, try both hands. And then relax the hands and the foot down. Again, make sure your right hip is on your left heel. See if you can lay down. See if you can bring your forehead on the floor and stretch your arms right out. So rather than making a fist to rest your head on, see if you can bring your head down, stretch your arms out so you've got much more weight coming down onto that hip. Waking up that hip. And then gently walk yourself back up into full king pigeon. Drop your left sitting bones onto the floor. Swing your right foot all the way round over your left knee. Have the foot flat on the floor. Twist all the way to the right into your sitting spinal twist. Bring your right hand round your waistline so that you're not leaning back on it. Use your core to open and hold you up. Feel the chest expanding as you breathe in, emptying as you breathe out. Take hold of your right foot with your left hand on the side of the little toe on the outside edge. Left hand holding right foot, lift leg up. Release the right hand, bring the hand behind you, get that big twist. And then bring the hand all the way around to hold the inside of the foot, crossing the wrists. And then let go of the foot. Use your breath, use your core. And then gently slide the leg all the way back round, roll up into your pigeon. So we lift the right knee off the floor, lift the left foot and knee off the floor, stretch the leg up into the air, bring the leg down. Find your downward facing dog, neutralizing after those twists. So this time it's the right knee comes over to the right elbow. And then we drop the knee down behind the right wrist and we flick the foot across to the left. When we slide the left leg down, the hip hopefully rests on the heel. The hands come up close. We're opening up the chest. We're bending in the lower back. We're using our core. Feel it in the hip. Always remember to keep the knee out to the side rather than bringing it into the midline. If you feel comfortable, you can ask your left knee to bend. Reach back with your right hand, take hold of the foot. Feel the quads stretching out. That feels good. You can swap hands. And if that feels comfortable, you can try both hands. And when you relax, relax the foot. See if you can come all the way down. Rest your head on the floor. Stretch your arms out. See if you can really rest into that pose. Really working that hip. Smiling into your hip. When you're ready to come up, use your hands to walk you up. So we roll onto our right sitting bone and we swing the left foot round to come into our sitting spinal twist. We twist round to the left, right elbow hooking around the shin, shoulders level. Breathing into that twist. Really retaining that in-breath to feel it resonating in the rib cage. Working the intercostal muscles, the ribs. Those secondary breathing muscles. Again, take your right hand to hold the outside edge of your left foot, stretching that leg into the air. See if you can bring the left arm up and bring it behind you so you're getting a big twist as you look behind you. Using your core to keep you lifted and supported. And then bringing that left hand round to hold the inside of the left foot. And then letting go of the foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I count, not so I think you can't count, but because it shows you that the screen hasn't frozen and you don't have to worry that you're going to stand or sit here with your leg in the air for too long. And then gently bring the leg all the way round and roll back up into your pigeon. So lift your left knee up, lift your right knee, foot, stretch the leg up, come back into downward facing dog. Find your downward dog. And then gently come down onto your knees and sit on your heels. I'm sure you all know this pose. We haven't done it for a while, but just in case you're not sure. So this is galloping horse, okay? We're in our downward dog. Remember to land on your feet, not on your knees. And we just gallop. Okay, don't let yourself flip over. That can really hurt. All right, mind your ceiling. I kept my knees quite bent because I've got quite a low ceiling. So come into your downward dog and start to gallop. Lifting one leg and then the other leg. See if you can bring that weight right over onto your hands, almost like you're going to pause in a bit of a handstand and then come down one foot at a time. When you come down, try and come down gracefully. Try not to sound like a herd of elephants, as my teacher used to say. Use the upper body. Keep going. We've got another 10 minutes. Carry on. A few more. And then gently come down into downward dog and take a small hop into the middle of your mat onto tiptoes. Excellent. So side crows. When we twist to the left, our right elbow is against our left knee and our left foot will hook over our right ankle as we come up. So take your time to play. You can keep the knees bent or you can straighten the legs out. You might find it easier on one side than the other. And if your side crows aren't going to happen for you tonight, you can always try traditional crow. Excellent. And when you're finished with your crows, I think you deserve a shavasana. Come down into your comfortable resting pose. Have your palms facing up, slightly away from the body, feet slightly apart. Just take a deep breath in, make a fist with your left hand, clench the fist, feel the tension going all the way up the arm as you hold your breath. When you can't hold your breath any longer, breathe out and let go of the fist. And then repeat with the right hand, take a deep breath in, make a fist, feel the tension coming up the forearm, the elbow, all the way into the shoulder. Hold your breath, hold that tension. When you can't hold it any longer, exhale, let go, release. Repeat with the left foot, breathing in, clenching the toes, feeling the tension coming up through the ankle and the knee, all the way up into the hip. Hold your breath. And when you can't hold that tension any longer, let go. And then just gently repeat with right foot. And then just spend a couple of minutes just watching your breath, not controlling your breath, just observing. Resting your mind with your breath, bringing you into the moment. Working with your breath.